Are you done with boring chips and dip? My hot cheesy broccoli dip will be the best one you've ever made. Serve it with an assortment of fresh vegetables and crusty bread and let the party begin. Hi everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Celebrate TV. I'm your host, Peter Lee. Today, our celebration is all about the start of a party, and we're going to be making hot cheesy broccoli dip. So let's get started. Now, this dip, I discovered this recipe in an old magazine, I don't know from where, and it's a perfect thing. I'm so tired of the same old chips and dip all the time. This is easy to make, and it's hot and gooey and cheesy. It reminds me of a favorite soup, cream and broccoli soup. I have here just 10 ounces or about 285 grams of frozen chopped broccoli that I thawed, and it's already chopped, I thawed it and drained it. I want to break it down a little more. You can see some of the pieces are a little big, and I don't want to dip that. So I'm just going to dump this out right on my board. I'm take my chef's knife. We're just going to run the knife through it a few times just to break it down a little more. Could you do this in your food processor? Sure, but you want to be careful not to grind it down to dust. Maybe only a couple of pulses. But if you don't have a food processor, you can do it with a nice knife like this. Now you see I'm not doing this with my knife, right? I always tell you that. I'm going to use my bench scraper. And I'm going to put this all in this great big bowl here. All right, that's our broccoli all chopped in our bowl. Let's clear this off quickly. Next is some shredded cheese. I have 8 ounces, 226 grams thereabout of finely shredded sharp cheese. It's important to shred it finely, or you can buy it this way because it's going to incorporate and melt better. It goes right in here. Next is cream cheese. 8 ounces, 226 grams, and I've let this sit out for a few hours so it's really, really soft. And in it goes right into the bowl. Next up is more cream. Sour cream is next. 8 ounces, 230 grams, right in. This is going to provide a little moisture, but also an extra level of creaminess and a nice tang. Now we still want to add more flavor to this. I'm using today a tablespoon of, now hold on to your hats, Italian salad dressing mix. This is the kind I'm using. I know I rarely use stuff like this, but in this case, this is perfect. Now, if you can't get this, you can use any store-bought Italian blend. Check its salt content. You may need to add salt and pepper to adjust it, but any of these will do. But I'm going to use this salad dressing mix because it has all the salt and other flavors in it that I want. 1 packet, or it's a tablespoon actually measured out to be, right in. Now I'm just going to mix this well. You could do this in your stand mixer or with your hand mixer, but I'll just muscle through here today. The cream cheese is nice and soft, so it should be pretty easy. Alrighty, all mixed up. Look how easy that was. Now, like I say, you could have done this with a hand mixer. I didn't because sometimes with dips like this, a hand mixer will spread it all over, and I wanted to avoid that today. And this was easy. It took me just a moment. Now, remember this dish back here? I had the broccoli in. This is just a standard pie plate, 9 inches or 22 centimeters. You can use a pie plate or any oven-safe dish. That's about the same size. We're just going to scrape this in. And it smells really good already. It's always amazing how these things come together and you can smell all the seasonings and things. Just gonna spread this out evenly. Now, honestly, right now you could eat this as is and it'd be pretty good. But we want this to be a hot dip. So this is going off to the oven. My oven is preheated, 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 180 degrees Celsius. And this is going to go in for 15, maybe 20 minutes until we see all the cheese is all nice and melted and it's all gooey and delicious. So off to the ovens. And here we are out of the oven. I let it go about 18 minutes. I wanted just an extra little crusty on it. And look, it's beautiful. Now it's very colorful and bright, but I want to give it a little more extra. I've got a little chopped bacon here because bacon and broccoli and cheese, you can't go wrong. So let's just scatter it artfully around the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect. All right. Just like that. And how about some more green, some freshness? I have some chopped scallions, just the green parts. These we're just going to haphazardly scatter. Now, how would you like to walk into a party and see this on the buffet? Now, what would you serve this with? I would put out a big tray of various vegetables, celery, carrots, good strong crackers, and of course some bread. Now, speaking of bread, it's time for the tasting, and that's what I'm going for. Nice bread. I have a nice little baguette here that I cut up. Forget the vegetables. I don't want to be healthy. This is cheesy and ooey and goodness. Now let's see if I can get a little bit right here where no one will notice. Here we go. Ooh, look at that. That's wonderful. It's a little hot, so let it cool for a couple minutes before you dive in. But this is cheesy. There's the two types of cheese. You're getting both of those. You're getting the tang, all those Italian seasoning, and of course the broccoli is just adding its own sweetness and flavor throughout. It's delicious. This is one of those dips where you just want to take a spoon and shovel it in. Guess I better wash it down though, huh? That's nice too. As always, we will see you on Tuesdays for regular episodes, Fridays for basic skills or cocktails, and every other Sunday for our live streams. Now I'm going to go hide in a corner away from my husband and eat all of this. And while I do that, I want you to watch some of these episodes over here. So until next time, everyone, cheers.